Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com, and in today's video I'm at the cabin build and I'm drywalling the outside walls in the basement. And if you remember back to when we started building this project, our basement is using ICF forms, so insulated concrete forms. So with the ICFs you don't need to frame on the inside, like on the exterior walls on the inside. You don't need to reframe another wall there to run your electrical or hang your drywall or anything. So the electrician has ran all his electrical, and that's what you can see here. The wires will be behind this blue tape. So he's grooved out the foam, made a trench for the wires, ran all his electrical, and now we can do the drywall on the walls to cover it up. So it basically installs a lot like if you were working on wood walls. The only thing I like to do, I'm dealing with 8-foot basement, or just like 93 inches or whatever the total wall height is. And what I like to do is just stand those boards up. So I buy 8-footers, cut a little bit off the ends, stick the cut side up, and stand my boards vertically as opposed to horizontally. Part of the reason for that is I don't have to deal with any butt joints anywhere. I will use so it'll all be tapered joints. This wall here behind me is done, so it's all just tapered joints. Maybe a little bit more awkward to tape and deal with just because you're stooping over every time as opposed to running horizontally. But the big thing is you're not dealing with any butt joints at all. So that's one. And another reason it's okay to do this is we're not looking to add any strength to the wall. I mean, really we're attaching it to a concrete wall, so that wall isn't going anywhere. We're on a wood wall, we're going horizontal, we're staggering our joints from one row to the other, 1 or 2 stud spaces, just to gain some strength, not lining all our joints up. So the strength part is no issue down here. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a bit of construction adhesive on the back side if you felt like the screws weren't going to do it, but honestly, there's really very little chance that you're going to have any problems. If you do use some kind of adhesive, just make sure it's compatible with the foam. So within the foam, there are plastic battens buried in the foam, and actually there's a bit of damage here. You can see part of one of these battens sticking out. So that's the studs that we're screwing into. I don't know how thick it is. It's maybe a 1/4 inch thick strip of plastic, and in these foams it's every 6 inches. And on any foam block that you get, ICF block that you get, it will be indicated on the surface where they're going to be. So on our blocks, anywhere where there's these writing strips where you see the brand of the foam, that indicates that's where those studs are. Okay, so you can see the installers did a good job of lining them up. Sometimes when you're coming right out of a corner, a few of the rows might not line up, so you got to pay a little bit of attention to that. But for the most part, if the installers are good, they're lining everything up really well. So where I'm working right here, I'm starting at this corner, I'm coming out of the corner. So you're always going to need to measure over and see where that works out to. Chances are it's not going to work out to 48 inches. So when I butt against that last sheet I did, or if you're starting here and you don't have a sheet at all, you're butting against the foam. But anyways, butt into the corner and then measure over to where it works out that you hit the center of one of these studs. Okay, and then you'll have to cut your sheet width down to make that work for your first one. So I've got that measurement. I don't have any plugins in this sheet, so I don't need to mark the center of those to mark them out. One thing I need to be careful about is not putting any screws where this tape is. So you can see, I think you can see maybe on this wall I marked that. So once I have my sheet up here, I know where I'm going, and I'm going to see the blue tape out on this end, so I know where not to screw. Now that wire is back, I don't know, it's back just about 2 inches, so chances are you're not going to hit it anyways, but you just never know, so just stay away from it. So like I said, I'm cutting my sheets off a little bit. I'm cutting it to width for this first one. And then the other thing I do is I like to mark out where my studs are and mark it on the sheet so that I don't have a bunch of misses. So once I decide, okay, I'm going to screw it here and here, I transfer that over to my sheet over here. So I'm just going to trace those lines out right now and then cut this sheet to size and then install it. And I'm also just using normal coarse threaded drywall screws, 1.25 inches. Okay, so I'm just doing the old tape measure and pencil and thumb trick to get a straight line. I'm just getting myself a line here down the whole sheet so I know where my screws are going to go. Like so. And then I've got 2 cuts to make here. So I'm going to do the tape measure and knife and thumb trick, which if you haven't watched any of my other videos, it's just simply holding your knife blade against the inside of your tape here and then using your thumb as a gauge along the top of the sheet to make this cut. So line up with my pencil mark that I marked for the width I need, and then I can just simply trace right along and make my cut. I like to make another run right in that slot I just made. Usually your knife will just follow it. If not, just use the thumb and tape trick again. So we got that. Cutting the top edge off. I want the sheet up about 1/2 inch off the concrete floor, just so it isn't wicking any moisture up out of the flooring or right off the concrete, or if we happen to get a bit of water in the basement sometime down the line. I'm not worried about the drywall wicking that moisture up and ruining the drywall and getting mold and everything else. Okay. So I can trim these off. So there's my height. Here's my width. I need a new blade and that knife. And then I know I've got a little bit of a bow up top there in the corner, so I'm just going to shave this off, if you're wondering what I'm doing here. It'll just make my sheet fit better. Okay, so I got that, I got my lines, I've cut myself to length. I should be ready to stand the sheet up and screw it in place. Okay, so just roughly, get it into place here. Double check that you're gonna end up on your edge like you thought you would for that stud out there in the middle of it, I mean. I'll get my lifter down on the floor. Okay, so I'll get my lifter under the sheet here, about in the middle. So as I'm lifting the sheet, I'm also pushing it over into this corner to make sure it's tight. Lift it up to the ceiling like I want it, and then I can put a screw in. Okay, so that'll hold the sheet there till I get all my screws in. So I'm just going about, okay, here's my tape, right? So let's mark that right now, so when I do the next sheet, I know where those wires are and I don't hit them. Okay, so I want to space my screws about every 12 to 16 inches apart on this stuff. I want to stay out of this area where there's going to be wires. So stay up about here. And get some screws in. Okay, and a couple more down lower. And like always when drywalling, I'm just putting a little pressure on the board itself to make sure it's back tight to the wall surface. And then driving the screw in. And that corner's back good and tight. If you wanted to, you could find your next stud. Like in mine, they're every 6 inches, so I've probably got another one right here, but that's not moving at all. It's back there nice and tight. That'll tape up nice. And then along my edge, or along my seams, if you look here on the wall that I did, I'm going about every 8 inches or so. You could go every 6 to 8 inches. Looks like I missed a screw right here. Stick that in there. Okay, so that's how I install drywall over ICF when you're using ICF in a basement. Actually, I shouldn't even say that, because ICF around here, there's been a few guys even building the entire house basically out of this stuff. So you could be not in the basement but on the main floor. So you can see the screw pattern. You know, just a few things to watch out for: the electrician's wires. Other than that, all the cutting, fastening, all that is basically the same as any other drywall. So hopefully this was helpful. Hope you click the thumbs up because you like the video. Subscribe to the channel, and check out our channel here right away, because we've got a ton of videos. We've got hundreds of videos there, and a lot of videos just on this cabin build. So you'll want to have a look.